Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle of Bane and Blood. This is Season 2, Episode 8, The Great and Glorious. So let's meet our great and glorious werewolves, starting with Avery.
Hey friends, it's me, Avery, at Averydaboi on all the social media platforms. I style myself as something of an internet personality. Today I will be playing Markus Nebelstreif Suites, a maybe Black Fury Galliard.
The end. Az?
Hello, everybody. I'm Az, or as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. And today I will be playing a wolf chained in a basement, formerly the Garu, known as Timbar Shakes the Trees, Red Talon Ragabash.
Luna.
Hello, I'm Luna, or druidbynight. You can find me at druidbynight on most social media platforms, including on Twitch, where I stream. But for this game, I will be playing Lorelei Savagewind, Child of Gaia, Theurge.
You. Ramos.
Hello everyone, my name is Gil Ramos, aka Ramos the Nomad on all the social media. I'm CEO and founder of Rolling Nomads, and today, I have the pleasure of playing one Elias Richter, Ghost Council Ahroun.
And the return of our special guest, Rissa.
Hello everyone. I am the Rissa Rave all over the internet, but today at this time zone, I will be playing Talia Bulletproof Sweets, the Silver Fang Philodox.
There you go. Very good. And I'll introduce myself only because ignore how all the flop sweat. It's like 104 degrees in my apartment. I'm Huddy, by the way, the sweating one. As always, this is a Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. All the content warnings will be down in the description below. So if you all are ready, lass uns anfangen, or let us begin, and let's return to Potsdam. Only a few hours after your tentative meeting with the leader of these Fenrir cultists, Claudia, and several hours after your ordeal inside of Wait Enterprises. All of you, as much as the rage and fervor of glory fuels you, needs actual fuel. You need to eat, you need to toilet, and you need to sleep. As much as you don't like it, you are mortal and have most of the failings of biological mortals. So Talia ordered the Sept to get rest, with Cascada and Yasmin taking turns staying with Tiara during her obviously difficult labor, while Renata takes to ground, so to speak, for the day. Ilva, having surreptitiously taken a small sample from Felicitas, Markus's daughter, has ignored the order of her little sister and has spent the last few hours formulating, let's call it an anti-cure, for Timber at Markus's request. But let's begin with our earliest riser, Elias. Now, Elias, for what you did at Wait Enterprises, you may awake with full willpower, and your waking rage will depend on what you tell me next. Do you think you slept easy for the few hours you did crash out?
No, not at all. I think he kept waking up. I think he kept on guard in case something was going to go wrong again.
Okay. Now, Cascada never came to bed. The wails of Tiara's childbirth naturally keeping her away. I would say that you will awake at 2 rage. As you already mentioned, you're on guard. You know that Claudia and her cult are camped just outside the bounds of the Sept. Not right in the parking lot where the average person can see them, but in the woods surrounding the area. So what is it that you do before this battle that Claudia says is coming inevitably begins? How do you start this, perhaps your last day here on Earth?
Beginning by making the rounds. I think the first thing he would check on is where Cascada is in this moment before he begins kind of walk the perimeter.
All right. So where Cascada is, well, interesting that that's where you're going to go, because what you're going to run into as you head to Tiara's cabin, you're going to see the Sept leader, Talia Bulletproof, asleep outside of the cabin door. So we're going to come back to that, since that's where you decided you wanted to go. So hold on to that for me. So right now we're going to check in on Lorelei. Lorelei, you rested for a few hours at the Berlin City Sept that you went to check on, knowing how close it is to Wait Enterprises. They are now fully abreast of the situation, at least the situation that you know of what occurred at Wait Enterprises. You don't know what's happened since then. And you've brought back the 3 young Ahrouns, the Shadow Lord Egon, Emery, and Mara, who don't have tribes yet. And you're bringing them back through the Umbra back to Potsdam in case any of Apehu's agents are anywhere in the city and might follow you. So, as you head back to Potsdam, for your actions that you took at Wade Enterprises, you may restore your full willpower, and your rage is at 1. As you arrive with these pups and close the shadow passage, what form do you think you are in?
She favors. I think she's come to favor Lupus when doing Shadow Passage.
So Hispo.
Oh, Hispo. Yes, sorry. I always yes. Hispo.
Yeah, so a wolf form. So you're in your Hispo form. And so as you close the shadow passage, you turn to see a group of about 50 people camped very close to the Sept. Effectively, it looks like a tent city. And your companions are all staring at them with suspicion. They are all in their Hamid forms. And Egon, the Shadow Lord, the only one who has a tribe, asks, "And who are they supposed to be exactly?"
I'll sniff. Do I smell anything familiar?
Ooh, what an interesting question for you particularly to ask, Lorelei. Make me a wits and awareness. You may add your dots of wisdom to this roll.
Oh, yay.
Outside of Elias, this is a very... Maybe Markus and Talia. This is a very particular feeling you might get from these people.
5.
Yeah, they smell very... You sort of observe them more. It's not so much they smell rugged and they smell earthy and they smell like cigarettes and alcohol. But there's more of a vibe that you're picking up, a fervor to the Garu tongue that they're talking to each other in low whispers. You get this distinct flash in your head of your father and his men.
A low growl, low enough for her little group, not loud enough to be heard, emanates from her. And she says, "The enemies are at our gates." Perfect. Kind of digs her claws into the earth as if trying to keep herself from essentially pouncing.
Yeah, you'd be very much outnumbered 50-1. But Aegon says, Miss Savagewind, don't take me as ignorant, but which enemies would these be exactly?
Fenris.
So the we'll call them fundamentalist, yes?
A word for it.
What should we do? Where should we go?
There's too many of them now. We need to alert the Sept if they're not already alerted. I imagine they know. And she kind of does quick math in her head, remembers faces, tries to take in as much information as she can in this moment before saying, "We'll come back with recon," or "go back with recon."
So can I take it as read, Talia, that you are looking for Lorelei, you're looking for Talia,
Yes.
the Sept leader?
Yes.
All right, so you and Elias are going to converge at Tiara's cabin, so we're also going to come back to you, except you're going to have a little entourage with you. Markus. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
With Felicitas's wound opening up mysteriously, and nothing to do for Timber until Ilva did whatever it is that she does, you didn't feel like you could leave your daughter alone. So you brought her to your cabin and laid her in your bed, and although you attempted to sleep on the floor, you could see her shivering in her sleep. Her body is so frail and lacking any stores of fat or muscle. Not to mention that she spent her whole life in a climate-controlled environment. She's not used to cold nights. So you held her to share your warmth, and eventually, maybe even against your will, you closed your eyes for a few brief moments of sleep. What awakes you, however, is strange. For a fleeting second, you dream you're in a car going over a ragged dirt road. Or maybe a train, traveling a long distance, a sleeper car. But when you open your eyes, you realize that you're still in your bed, but Felicitas is not lying next to you. Rather, she's jumping on the bed next to you.
You're up early.
She barely even acknowledges you saying anything to her. She's so delighted, and she keeps looking down at her own legs. Something that she could not do a few hours ago.
Yeah, I think Markus still thinks he's dreaming.
Mhm.
At least it is a pleasant dream.
When she hears your voice, she sort of does a big jump and lands directly on her knees right next to you, and it sort of jostles you. And she puts her hands against your arms, and she says, I can walk. And you look at her, and she looks healthy. Her face is full, and her skin isn't papery, and her body is the normal average size for her age. I mean, she's tall and she's thin, but she does not look ill anymore.
So not a dream, perhaps.
Is it something that your sister did to me when she put the needle in my arm?
If it was it is a welcome surprise.
Are you not happy?
Yes, I am. Look at you. You're happy.
And she jumps over you and off onto the bed and lands surprisingly on her feet. And she can't help but let out an uproarious laughter. Markus, you awake with only 1 willpower restored for your actions at Wade Enterprises and not following the orders of Gorgon. And at 2 rage.
Lisa? I need
Yes.
you to reach into the pocket of my jacket over there. There's
For
something
what?
in there for you.
You already gave me a necklace. I don't have it anymore.
No, it is something different.
She goes over, pulls it out of your jacket.
It is the scale from Horn Serpent.
When she touches it, she disappears from your view.
Now I can't see you right now, because you are holding that thing. It will hide you from my kind.
And she puts it down on your makeshift tattooing station here. And she says, I don't want you not to see me.
It is not meant to be meant so I cannot see you, but the magics of our people are not so easily made fluid. There are people here who want to hurt you, to take you back to the place that we took you from, or they will be here soon.
But I'm healthy now. Why would I have to go back?
It was never about your health, my dear.
You look healthier too. And she comes over and she takes your hand, and as you look down at your own hand, your obsidian claws are gone.
Something has happened.
She traces up your arm. Your scars are healing. Did your sister do this too?
I think one of my sisters did something. Eyes away. My dear, I believe you are going to be hidden in the city soon. Just for a few days.
She vehemently shakes her head. Please don't send me away. We just met.
I am not sending you away.
Good. I won't go. And she runs out of your cabin. Full tilt.
Markus will pick the scale up in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to go find Ilva.
For reference, Markus, there is no pain in your body.
May I increase my rage?
I'll allow it. You didn't want to be at 5.
And I think as Markus goes to find Ilva, he will reach into that cave inside of him. Are you there, old friend?
The cave is empty.
At the risk of sounding like a cunt because I did not want to be at 5 rage, may I increase my rage?
I'll allow it. That's 4. You can't
Going
leave.
to look for Ilva.
You leave your cabin going to see Ilva, and you see your daughter Felicitas wearing her pajamas still, sort of dancing out here in the morning dew of the grass around the tree. She is maybe the happiest she's ever been in her entire life. But Talia, so before everyone went to sleep, when you ordered everyone to go to sleep, Unbold forewent that order. He told you that he would scout a route to Poland so he could take the children out, Bertrand out, Ilva out, or anyone else who you wanted or wanted to be vacated to safety. As soon as Tiara was out of labor, of course. He did not say goodbye. He told you merely to send them to a point in the woods, and he would meet them there. And you could infer from his lack of words that he would not say goodbye to you, even though you said goodbye to him, because he did not want this to be a goodbye. He wants to come back and for everyone to still be here. He said enough goodbyes, as it were. So, you also wanted to skip sleep to be with your sister, Tiara, giving birth. But Cascada encouraged you to at least rest. So you walked outside of Tiara's cabin, sat down, leaned against the exterior wall just for a short rest, and immediately fell asleep. You may awake at full willpower, which you should already have, and you are at 2 rage.
Okay.
You are woken with a gentle shake by your worm foe, Elias.
She slowly opens her eyes and then just looks at him. Her face stoic.
One of us should have gotten rest last night.
I got some. Did you?
We're gonna make a fine pair this morning then. Where's Cascada?
Inside Sierra. And she'll slowly clamber up so that she's standing.
Mm-hmm. And the 2 of you also see that Lorelei has returned, and she has brought the pups back with her from the Berlin Sept.
Elias will whistle for her.
Yeah, she's making her approach to you. They're sort of a posse behind her.
Lorelei will walk up. Though she is in her hispo form, she looks very serious and perturbed, and every step there's a little bit of clawing into the earth. And she approaches, nods to Elias, and then to Talia says, really to both of them rather, says, enemies at our gates? What's that about?
For now, they're allies. It seems your endeavors, you had a tail. Claudia came with her Get to warn us.
The Get aren't allies.
We don't have a choice. Mages are coming to destroy the camp.
She kind of looks her eyes shift side to side, and she shakes. A bristle hole goes down her body. And says, then we kill them when we're done with the mages.
Bargain struck.
Bargain was struck, indeed. Either way, get ready. This will be messy.
Can I assume that someone is going to go in to check on Cascada and Tiara and Yasmin who are in there?
Yeah, immediately.
Okay. Lorelei, you as well?
In there.
Do I hear Tiara? Because I'm no.
You certainly do not hear any type of labor pains.
Okay. So she's kind of oblivious at this to what's happening.
Talia will tell her. Talia will say, Tiara had her baby.
As far as, I mean, that's the assumption. When you went to sleep, Talia, she was in labor.
That bristle that went down Lorelei's body kind of goes to like a start as she looks up with wide eyes. She did?
And I will open the door.
I will go into my Hamid form and rush him.
The scene that you see in there is strange. Cascada is resting. She was up with the delivery, you assume. Yasmin is holding both children. Tiara had twin girls, you can tell. And Tiara is up out of the bed. She's dressed. She no longer looks jaundiced. In fact, she looks almost unbelievably healthy. Almost like she took a whole bottle of prenatal vitamins and chugged them. Her hair is full and her skin is glowing and she looks plump and healthy and refreshed from a 19-hour labor. It's really weird.
I think Talia rushes over to her and she just grabs her by the face and is staring at her and seeing her in this like just almost glowing state. You're okay.
Tiara smiles broadly at all of you, and she says, I'd like you to meet my newest children. This is Margot and Lilette.
I'm gonna go over to the babies. They look healthy.
Textbook.
There's a moment where it looks like she's going to reach out and, try to hold the babies. But she puts her hands to the side and she gets kind of a 1,000-yard stare.
Tiara comments to you, Lorelei, and she says, well, I missed having you there. I was hoping to teach you, in addition to all the other things that you're learning as a Theurge, midwifery, but I'm sure we'll have more babies at some point.
Nor, I'm sorry I wasn't here. You look great. Can I get you anything? Do you need anything? I'll kind of look around the room. Or is everything cleaned up? Is anything need doing?
Yeah, you don't see any blood.
She looks a little confused, but then her eyes fall onto the babies and she basically masks up. This is a joyous occasion. She doesn't want to bring it down with questions.
And Tiara sort of looks at you. Elias puts her hand on your shoulder. It's firm. It's not shaking. It seems determined. And she says, I am prepared to fight this day, Wormfoe.
It's not for me to deny a soldier of Gaia their due. That would be up to your sub-leader.
I'm sure Talia would not want the right master out of the battle.
No, of course not. I will be right back. Talia is going to...
Tiara's going to say, do let me know where to take the children.
Yes, of course. And she's just going to go outside, like just outside the cabin door. And for a moment, just like have her back up against the wall and she's staring wide-eyed. And I think sort of unconsciously, her eyes drift over to the cabin where Aelin had previously resided.
Sure. Lorelei or Elias, anything you would like to do? As I mentioned, Yasmin is holding the children, and Cascada has very clearly passed out. She looks very like she couldn't keep awake anymore. Because if we recall, she was awake taking care of Pinecones, who is also in this room, by the way. He is comatose. And then she immediately went from that to helping someone go through a very difficult labor.
Lorelei, essentially, anything that needs cleaning or tidying, she will fill her hands with. But her brows furrowed when her back is turned to everyone, and she's just incredibly confused and incredibly on edge. And she makes a mental note to ask, to try to later on seek another vision, like she did at Way Enterprises.
You can do it now if you like. I would love for you to do it now.
Sure,
I'd be so stoked on it.
Oh, I mean,
It's so-
who am I
it's so
to
sick.
say no?
I believe that is a. I actually cleaned off my desk and I can't remember where I put my notebook. And I can't really spend the time going to look for it because I'll die if I move around too much.
This is it. This is the episode to get you, honey, because you lost your
This
notebook.
episode they're gonna get me because I don't have my notebook. I moved it to clean my desk, and where it went, I don't know. I redid my closet, and I almost passed out. I got so sick I vomited. Anyway, Lorelei, do you know what it is? Because I don't.
It is an intelligence plus wisdom, must spend a willpower. I have to be in a form, so if you don't want them to get you, I can do it later.
No, it's fine. If you want to step out of the cabin and go into your Sambo Glabro form,
Yeah, we'll do that.
so you don't
Let's
freak
speak
out the
ourselves.
freak out the infants.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Don't freak out the infants. I'm freaked out, gang.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing we stepped
We're all
out.
freaked out.
Two with one teeth.
Did you make a rage check for your Glabro form?
Yeah, we're good.
2 with 1 teeth. You're not going to see anything that's going to help you here, but here is what you are going to see. You're going to see a vision of Peacock Island. And the woman, the shiny lady, as Timber called her, standing on the water around Peacock Island. And that is all you see.
Shakes her head and is gritting her teeth, and I think her nails are digging into her palms. She's getting really irritated. Can I increase my rage
I'll allow it.
with the get and with the
Being
perturbedness
confused
and
makes my
confusion?
brain hurt. Confusion
Exactly, I'm
hurts.
mad about it. I'm mad about being confused. She'll shift back to Hamid and poke her head in the cabin and say, "Where's Timber?"
Yasmin and Tiara both look at you, Elias. Look at each other and then look at you, Elias.
Timber is being kept safe and being kept away from everyone else right now.
Where?
You shouldn't see her like this, Lorelei.
That's my sister. It's fine. I want to make
She
sure she's
isn't right
okay.
now. She just doesn't remember you.
I need to take a walk. And she'll just turn on heel.
I really wish something was wrong with Lorelei, because then also whatever it is would also be healed, because she's Marcel's daughter. But there's nothing that's going on with Lorelei that I can also determine with that. Markus, you booked it right. Oh, let me clarify. Talia, Elias, and Lorelei, you notice now that you've had this conversation, you notice that Felicitas, the girl who could not walk, the girl who looked like she was days away from collapsing from malnutrition, is currently fully robust and dancing around the cairn tree.
Talia.
Is that what Elias does?
Just
Elias turns Italian?
Fucking!
Talia sees this, and the corner of her mouth kind of upturns a bit. this brief moment of joy and healing makes it worth it. She doesn't stop her from dancing. This poor girl has been trapped in a room, unable to move, essentially tortured her entire life. She lets her have this. And make sure she can't see Markus.
So, well, yes. So let's see so Lorelei, let's make the assumption that Elias, do you want to take Lorelei to see Timber or no?
Yeah. Rather than have her walk on her own, because I know what that feels like. He's going to grab her by the hand and just... You're not going to like what you see. But you shouldn't see it alone.
Talia, can I take it as read that you're going over to Aelin's cabin?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's check in with Markus. We'll get to you, Timber, I promise. Markus, you walk over to Ilva's cabin. How do you approach it? You've approached Ilva's cabin in a variety of ways of this season, so what's the approach now?
Same as first, a little bit louder, a little bit worse. Knocks on the door hard enough to put his fist through the door.
Okay. You hear Ilva shout from in there. And then she comes over, she looks through the hole at you and she opens it. She doesn't look like she's been up all night. She looks pretty refreshed. She looks pretty good. But she is holding something in her hand. It's a small, clear liquid, and she says, I was literally coming to get you. I needed to synthesize it. I needed to make sure it was going to work to fix Timber.
Did you do something?
I'm so
to
sorry.
Me? While I was sleeping, did you do something to me, or was there anything else that you did with Lisa?
Oh, shit. I rolled 4 10s and 2 8s. All right. Thank you, online dice roller. Okay, so she's looking at you very confused and almost irritated that you would even consider this. And then she looks around and she pushes past you and she sort of scans the cairn. You don't see what she's looking at or what she's looking for. And she says, don't you feel it?
Feel that he is not inside of me anymore.
Well, I would think that's a good thing, but that's not what I'm talking about. Don't you feel the power that's been unleashed?
No. That is your burden, no one else's.
I'm afraid, Big Brother, it's yours.
Of course it's mine. If he's not in me, then he's loose.
I suppose he is. Who did it? Vulgar magic. Well, no magic really, but especially vulgar magic does not come without a price. So who paid it?
Yes, it does come without a price.
I've never heard of such a thing. The person that you're angry at for removing a spirit from your body, I don't pretend to understand it. That is who you should be looking for.
I'm afraid I'm not strong enough without him. Hilda.
Markus, you're stronger than all of us because you stayed when it was always so much easier to leave. So don't lie to yourself, not now.
Are we going to keep with that childhood lie of ours as well? That it took strength to stay.
It does. You know how I know? I left.
It took greater strength to leave this behind.
It's a
To
difference of
miss
opinion.
us. I got to spend time at Jorgen's. You didn't. It's not fair.
And Ilva sort of looks past you and she says, no, what's not fair is what was done to your daughter. But look at her now.
I know.
Do you want? But I assume that timber is still the way that they are. So whatever deal was
Let's
struck.
go find out.
Whatever deal was struck is particular. You might want to find the person who did it.
I know who did it. Let's go check on my mate, please. Where is she? What did you all do with her?
I don't know. I was hoping you knew. I wasn't there. I was coming back with Widow, and she was not here. We should find Talia.
Yes, we should. Don't let me kill her.
I don't know if I could stop you.
He'll put his hand on her shoulder. You've done plenty of stopping me. Just from a look. You have a very scathing gaze like our mother, you know.
My mother used to say that I looked like her father.
Did you? I can't remember now with everything that's happened. Did you ever get to meet him?
Only Tiara and Jurgen were old enough to meet him. You were just a baby.
I've seen him sometimes in dreams.
You should see a therapist about that.
Isn't that what little sisters are for? Free therapy.
Definitely not. And you
It was
see,
a horrible joke.
you see Talia starting to make her way over to Aylin's cabin.
Talia,
Talia, like foot up, about to take a step, freezes in place, and her eyes close. And then she puts her foot down, and she'll turn and look at her siblings.
what have you done?
She looks over at Felicitas. Whatever it took.
And Markus will cross the space between them. And he will put his hand on her shoulder. Blue eyes into blue eyes for the first time in months. You stole something from me. You stole something from her.
I kept this family safe.
You made a quick decision. With no thought to what it would mean for us. As furious as you were at Papa for doing the same thing.
Don't speak to me about our parents, Markus.
Why? Because I was the only one around to actually see them for who they were.
Because I was the only one who looked. Because I was the only one who didn't run away.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What camp have you been staying at? Until recently. Until you decide to barge back in here with falcon's wind under your wings and decide to just take over. Huh? Where have you been? Berlin. I've been here. So don't talk to me about running.
Berlin, where I found our mother. Nobody else cared. I found her.
Yes.
While you were lamenting not being what you really wanted to be for the attentions of someone who never wanted you, I was here. I was in Berlin. I was looking for her. I was doing what it took.
No, you
You're not mad at me, Markus. You're mad because you don't trust yourself.
I am mad at you. Talia Bulletproof, but the litany says I cannot challenge you during times of war.
Challenge me after.
I will. You don't deserve this place. You don't deserve Ilva. You deserve
Ilva
being
speaks up and
alone.
says, "Please do not speak for me."
You deserve being alone, crying over whatever fairy bitch you were crying over when you got here. You can't even find love amongst your own kind!
Talia, increase your rage, please.
Uh-huh. I think the second he says that, her foot rises up and she Sparta kicks him in the chest.
Perfect. You raise your foot up to Spartan kick him in the chest. Your foot stops an inch, a centimeter, before it lands, and you feel compelled to put it down.
She puts her foot down and lets out a little laugh.
Oh, Talia.
Markus saved again.
What have you done, Talia?
She clenches her jaw. She looks at Markus and says, "Go see your mate, and then go see our sister and her newborns."
Go see her if I knew where she was.
Where we kept Tierra.
Ilva puts the vial in your hand, Talia, and the needle, and sort of closes your hand around it and looks at you very sternly. I think you have no idea what you've done.
It takes everything in Talia to not lose control in this moment. To have them look at her this way. She looks again at Felicitas dancing around that tree.
Felicitas almost trips over one of the roots, but almost like a wind picks her up and lands her back on her feet, so she does not fall.
Her face goes through a range of emotions, but by the end, there's only determination. There is no remorse. Talia did what needed to be done, and she turns, and she is going to go to the cabin where she is keeping Timber.
We'll get cinematic here for a second. Ilva does not follow you with Timber. Instead, she goes to the cabin where Aelin was. And as she looks into it, we'll say she covers her mouth with a gasp. But we'll move back over to where Timber is. Lorelei and Elias, you're down there, and what you see down there is a wolf. Timber as a wolf, chained around the neck and around the back legs. Timber is snarling. Timber is feral. But it's an act, isn't it, Timber?
Before there was any sound that came to the cabin, I had my my paws crossed and my face resting on them, waiting. I'm very good at waiting.
Now, you've only been inside of Timber for a few hours. Pulled out of Markus and into the vessel that made a deal with you all that time ago. But the problem is this vessel is not Garu. Not right now. And even if it was, it has not danced the spiral. How does that make Dark Litany feel?
Not only do I have a chain around my neck, got a chain in this body. It's useless. Pathetic.
So, yeah. So Lorelei, and Elias, this is what you see. And Lorelei, of course, you were there when Timber was shot and lost not only their wolf, but their cognizance of who they were. And this is now where they are, chained like the animal they are.
Okay. So when Lorelei enters this space, she just stays at the threshold and watches Timber, this wolf, acting feral, acting like a cornered animal. And far be it from me to even presume to metagame. but is there some sort of insight or occult that I can roll?
At this moment in time, I don't. Again, I love metagaming in the sense where I love pushing forth plot, but I don't see a reason for you to even consider it at the moment. There's nothing strange
that
about
makes
Timber.
sense.
There's no green eyes. Nothing. Now,
Yeah.
above table, Markus did not make a deal with Dark Litany. Dark Litany was forced into Markus and then attempted to be pulled out at the same token, which has caused all the scarring and the malformations and issues and stuff. Unbeknownst to most of you, Timber made a deal with Dark Litany and sealed it with a kiss to be a vessel, a willing vessel.
Oh God, she's looking at Timber with these sad eyes, but her jaw is clenched. And while still maintaining eye contact with this wolf, says to Elias, "Has she eaten? Has she had water?"
We're taking care of her. They're working on a cure. They're working on something that's going to... It's just the waiting game. That's all.
That chain looks tight.
Say that chain looks tight. You
Yes.
hear people coming down, and it is Markus and Talia.
If there's more people,
And
I'm gonna back up into the corner.
there is more people, and one of them is your old vessel, Markus.
Who did this?
I did. You can add it to the list of things that you hate me for.
Give me that. Point to her hand.
I think she shoves his hands away and she's going to walk towards Timber. And she's going to say, "I'm sorry that this was done to you, but I'm going to fix it. Bring you back. But you gotta let me."
Is just met with snarls.
I think I would like for Markus to go into the lupus form.
Sure, it's free.
And is not a black furred green-eyed wolf anymore. It's deep slate gray, blue eyes. I'll just start padding into the room.
All of you would notice that Markus' obsidian claws are gone. His scarring is massively healed compared to how it usually looks, and his lupus form is not the same. Please continue, Markus.
He'll just lower his head, fold his ears back, a gesture of submission as he starts to approach Timber.
They're still snarling, but it gets quieter. His Timber kind of just like nose up. Still smells like Markus, right?
Charlie does.
This is fun. So it's lowering and kind of putting Timber's body like to the side where it's Markus between her and Talia.
He'll just look to Talia and kind of use his snout to wave her on.
She's going to start to pull the medication from the vial into the needle. And the whole time, sort of talking Timber through what she's doing, that she is going to make it better. And then she is going to find, because wolf anatomy, she's essentially going to find the place where it'll be an artery, something that's most direct. Yeah, she's gonna sort of get as close as possible, kind of knowing she might get bit in the process.
I assume, Dark Timber, you don't bite her.
No, I'm snarling and I'm like, that fake out like snap. Yeah. The back up.
Talia's hands are steady. I think there is a part of her that feels a little bit guilty for what she's done specifically to Timber. And so if Timber does bite her, she almost is like, I deserve it, so it's fine. But after a moment, she will inject the anti-curse into her neck.
The anti-curse. The anti-cure.
Yes.
Yes, you eject the anti-cure into Dark Timber's neck. And takes a moment, but Timber, you feel something changing within you, and you become keenly all of these this personality of Timber comes back. Who Timber was, their feelings, their memories, their notions, all of these things come flooding back to you. I need a willpower roll before you do anything else.
I can do
'Cause
that.
I can't make it easy for everybody.
Did I
You are at full willpower and 1 rage.
Excellent. All right. My remaining willpower.
Two rage because bound in silver. I believe that's a mech.
Not bound in silver. Yes. Yes. These are silver, but that only affects you when you are in Glabro, Krynos, or Hispo.
Yeah. Also, it's a willpower.
Oh,
roll, so
shit.
They're not gonna
rage
fuck. I don't have
dice.
my notebook with me, but they're not gonna get me. Willpower roll only 1. Okay, so unfortunately, there's no you will be Dark Timber for the scene. Timber is not gonna come out. So you realize you can shift to Hamid. You realize that you have been restored as a Garu. And you may shift to Hamid and carry out the scene from there.
There's that deep, like, panting sound. And she starts to claw at the collar or whatever it was they put on her and start wrenching it off.
Talia's quick to help, because I know there's also like chain on her legs and stuff like that, and so she's going to start to pull that apart.
So what this would say to all of you is that Ulva's no slouch, I guess. She made this anti-cure in about 3 hours.
Is Markus still in lupus form?
Yes.
Okay. It's standing up. Who did this?
I did. You're out of control.
What happened?
At this, I'm actually going to look at Elias and the others, because I don't have as much knowledge on what happened to Timber.
They hit you with something. A syringe. You weren't fast enough to stop it.
Oh, I was chained?
You were chained because you were ready to attack everyone and run. I couldn't let it happen, and there was already things going on here. The get
What?
outside of our gates.
No. You chose this.
Would you have preferred if I let her go?
Hanbald said he would have stayed in the woods with her.
At the time, I
You
knew
chose to chain her here.
I did.
So own it.
She'll look at Timber and she will say, I did what I thought was best to keep this cairn safe.
Your sept leader.
I am.
I want out of this cabin. Timber doesn't want to be here.
Feel free to leave. The Get are outside the gate and currently allied with us because mages are on their way to destroy the cairn. And all of us with it.
This is important information to share.
I would have shared it with you sooner.
Timber's already walking outside.
So as you are starting to vacate the cabin, Egon, the Shadow Lord, the brand new Shadow Lord here, sort of stops and he says, oh, sorry, someone's here for breakfast. It's a blonde woman wearing really tight clothes.
Does blonde woman have name?
It's Claudia.
You're in the way. Move.
He does.
We're stepping out into the cairn. Out of this hole.
Mm-hmm.
And Timber's just gonna kind of walk out. And all the muscles just relax. And she starts to stretch.
As the rest of you vacate out of the cabin, you do see Claudia. She's standing there at the information desk, chewing gum, arms folded across her chest.
Talia sort of rolls her head on her shoulders, cracking the bones there, and will say, Elias, Lorelei with me. And she is going to walk towards Claudia.
Wait.
What?
She's not going to speak to the two of them.
I don't
Again.
need to speak to her.
You're too young to remember. There are some amongst the Silver Fangs who will not engage in a discourse with those who are not of a pure bloodline.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, I wasn't going to speak to her. You probably wouldn't want that anyway. I just want to know who we're dealing with.
You should just be prepared. I'm going to stay here with Timbo.
Yep. And she's just gonna keep it pushing.
Elias and Lorelei, do you accompany Talia?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, this woman, Claudia, is standing there, and as I've described her, she looks like she just fell out of a page on Instagram. She's great bone structure, great hair, immaculately dressed. And for the reference, as you're making this connection here, Tiara is absconding with her infants and her 2 children. She is not taking Felicitas, because Felicitas at the moment is nowhere to be seen. And Claudia says to you, she's like, yeah, guten Morgen. Which means good morning.
Talia just looks at her for a moment. What do you need?
Frühstück. Raise your hand if you know what Frühstück means. What does Frühstück mean?
Brekkie.
Breakfast. Don't worry. My companions always find their own Verpflegung. Their own ways to get things. You just need to feed me.
She looks her up and down. You seem able-bodied.
Is that a compliment?
What I mean is, you can get your own food.
I certainly can. But I suppose we are fighting together in less than a few hours' time, and we should probably strategize over breakfast. Unless you just want to go in it blind and willy-nilly. In that case, you know, you're already dead. You just don't know it.
We'll talk over food. You will be respectful.
When have I not been? I'm sorry if being straight and to the point is not respectful to this soft can.
She is going to just start walking towards where we keep food. Once we get in there, we'll start to put together a meal. And the whole time,
before you get to that, as you walk to the Kasana, she walks past you, Elias, and she sort of looks you up and down. And she walks past you, Lorelei, and she says, "Nice shirt," and she keeps walking.
Just scoffs as she walks by. I'm essentially studying everything about this person, so I could roll insight on who I want to probe any weaknesses, where her confidence lies. But I'm not speaking to her.
Okay, so you can roll me a wits and insight.
Okay.
I'd like to increase my range.
Where her confidence lies is her vagina. Yeah, sure.
Sick.
her confidence lies in her
So
pum-pum.
every lesbian's confidence lies in their vagina.
She's not a lesbian. Unfortunately, I mean, I know I'm absolutely making her read a lesbian, but she's not. Well, maybe she's a lesbian for everyone but Manfred. Because bloodlines, purity, that noise, all that noise and junk and noise.
It wouldn't be the first time that I've heard that.
Miss Ilva thinks my junk is great.
But they should have killed
I'm
Manfred.
sick to my stomach.
Sorry, Lorelei, what'd you roll?
8 on a crit.
8 on a crit. So her confidence is in every single part of her body. She is completely unafraid. She is completely steady in her mission, in her walk, in her talk, and in her body. Nothing about her gives off any weakness in the physical. What you would notice with 8 successes is that she's scanning the cairn. She's looking around. She's trying to be surreptitious, but her eyes are darting here, there, and everywhere, and she is smelling a lot as she's walking through the cairn. She's looking for something.
Lorelei, as she's walked past Lorelei and Elias, and Lorelei catches that, she'll elbow Elias slightly and basically make hand motions like she's looking. Tell Talia.
Yeah, you can't really speak in the Garu tongue because she can understand it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm being like an army man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lorelei starts using sign language.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if possible, if I'm able to pick up on that, I'd like to pass it along to Talia using a mind speak.
Yes, spend a point of willpower. And I don't need a roll because she's right there. And you tell her that she's looking for something. Is that correct?
She's sniffing around. She's trying to keep it casual, but she's searching right now. We need to keep her confined.
The response from Talia is essentially like an affirmative, but then she says she's looking for Ilva.
She needs to stay in one place. She cannot be allowed to roam. There is no secondary stop. There is no third stop. If she's going to eat, she stays there. She'll sniff her out eventually if we're not careful.
You and Lorelei will help me keep her here.
Easy enough.
Shoulders back as we enter into the space, and I start scrapping together stuff for food. And the entire time,
it's very Spartan in here because Cascada hasn't been around to stock it and cook and everything that she usually does, and she's right now passed out. I'm sure you wake her up for the battle. Slap,
right.
Get up, fight.
Yeah. So it's looking more like a charcuterie board out here for the meal, but we're just slapping together some things.
A lot of lantiega, a lot of smoked meat.
Mm-hmm. And then just slap that on the table, and I look at her and say sit, and then I will sit at the table with her.
Lorelei and Elias, do you join her for this bizarre breakfast? There's beer because Pinecones hasn't been able to drink it all.
I'll have the largest mug of beer.
Yeah? Okay,
I
a
just-
proper moss, like a real big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lorelei would just sit. She's trying not to give away the fact that this Claudia's presence makes her incredibly angry and on edge, and she's just basically looking out, not trying to catch her eyes, not trying to show that her nails are digging into her arm with her arms crossed.
Okay. We'll get right to that strategizing in a second. Markus and Timber, you're out there. As I mentioned, Felicitas is nowhere to be seen. She has, wherever she is, she's absconded. Tiara is leaving currently with her 4 children and heading into the woods. Markus, you already know about this. She's meeting with Hanvald so they can take the children to Poland. And as you walk out with Timber, you see Ilva over by the cabin, over Aylin's cabin. And Dark Litany, this is annoying to you. As soon as you see Ilva, and she's gesturing to Markus or to you, Timber, she's gesturing to somebody, anybody who will look at her, to come over to where she is. And you feel that very annoying thing in you that you don't know what it is, and you don't know how to get rid of it. It's a problem for later, but you feel this tinge of you have to protect that person in the cabin. That you feel very loyal to that person in the cabin. It's very irritating.
What did the shiny lady do?
It's what Talia did that matters.
I mean Ilva right now. And Timber just kind of looks down at Markus in his lupus form and kind of runs her fingers through the fur. It looks so different now.
Hello, beautiful. And just kind of brushes shoulder against her knee and start running towards Aylin's cabin.
I'm just gonna watch him for a bit. This is fascinating. And then I'll walk. What is it now, Ilva?
And Ilva sort of steps away from the cabin and points inside.
Yes, shiny lady cabin. You have human mouth words. But Timber the whole time is still walking and gonna go check on this person because I care.
The cabin is empty.
May I increase my rage because of the panic that hits Timber's body?
Yes.
Where did she go?
How should I know? Are you feeling all right? Do you mind if I take some tests from you to see how your antibodies are reacting to the injection?
We have more important things to do right now.
I don't mean right now.
Not right now. And it's walking up to the bed. If Timber's hackles could be raised in this form, they would be. There's no sign? No. Is the bed
No.
still made? Is it?
Everything is as you remembered it, except that Aylin is gone.
I would like to have Markus go back to Hamid form if I could.
Absolutely.
And he will just reach in his pocket, take the scale out of his pocket, and put it in Ilva's pocket.
What is this for?
It should hide you when you hold it in your hand.
She holds it in her hand. It does not hide her.
Scheiße. Well, I don't know. Maybe you can use it for some juju. It's a powerful artifact.
Oh, this is the one that you pulled out of Elias's tattoo, right?
It was a bargain that I made with the Horned Serpent, yes.
For your daughter.
She doesn't want it.
She's 15, Markus. She doesn't know what she wants or what's good for her.
Talia was 15.
Yes, Talia. Talia did something. What did Talia do?
She at least
Also-
knows what she wants.
You have get on doorstep.
It
Why
was
not
my
ask for
choice.
paw set of scale?
The paw. What would we use it for? We don't
It
need
was
their
the
rage.
gets.
Sure. They're not here for that.
They could have been.
Claudia and Shukra broke their alliance. It was revealed that Shukra has been working with the technocrats the entire time. And now, as the kids say, Claudia wants her lick back.
What else would someone expect from stargazers?
I don't know.
So, right now, get
I'm
is...
sorry. This conversation is beyond me, and I need to be not anywhere where Claudia is.
Stay here.
I know.
She's not going to come in here.
She takes the scale and she presses it back into your hand, Marcus. I know I'm not a mother. Not yet. Please, if this will protect your daughter, give it back to her. Especially if
wants to
Bettina
stay.
is coming.
I'm not worried about Bettina.
I think that's an error.
You never knew Shukra the way I did.
I did not.
Stay here, please. Close the door. Keep the blinds down.
But there is no magic woman in here to keep me safe.
Yes, there
She's
is.
No.
loose.
Look in the mirror.
Oh, how very clever.
I'm sorry for what I said the other day.
I'm not really thinking about it, Marcus. I'm thinking about surviving until tomorrow.
I'll take care of that.
You can't take care of it all. You have to rely on everyone, even our sister, even after what she's done.
There's only one person I rely on. I'll look to Timber.
Talia did something. Does Ilva know what Talia did?
I sincerely hope you ask, Talia.
Timber is going to. Let's go, Marcus.
Yeah.
Back in the breakfast war room, Claudia has sort of these maps, and you're not really sure where she got them or what it is, but they seem to be layouts of machinery. And she says, so this one here is sort of like a bulldozer, but what it does is it sends shockwaves through the earth down to the bedrock in order to, like a mini earthquake, maybe, something like that. This one here is very close range, what do they call it? Land to air missiles or air to land missiles. I don't know. I'm not in the military. But they should be bringing some of those. And they also have strange weaponry. Guns with multiple lasers and things that will stop you from shifting. You know, they could bring just about anything.
Talia is looking at these maps and these machinery, and she knows the deal that she made. And so I think part of her is almost not unconcerned, but probably not as worried as she should be. Just to help me out here, storyteller, we have the cairn, there's a forest behind it, and then in front of the cairn, is this just like an open gravel parking lot? Like what is the sort of outer...
Yes. An open gravel parking lot that's sort of down a dirt side road. You're not on any main roads or anything like that. You are advertised as sort of a environmental area, but people don't really go in there. There's also a lake in the wooded area.
Okay.
We call it
I
a
think-
Falbeka, sort of like a Verein where you can wander around naked in nature.
Okay. When I'm looking at the maps and where the cairn is, the where the forest is there points of entry that they could take from the forest? Do you know what I mean?
Not
Like,
with
could
these
we be
machinery.
surrounded?
Not with this machinery. No.
Okay. Talia
Unless
says,
I mean, unless it's really magical machinery and it flies.
yeah. She will say, our best bet is to keep them here, towards the front. With this kind of machinery, they can't move through the forest.
Well, I suppose that's one strategy if you just want to go head on. No, you didn't think of you as an Ahroun, but what do I know? I think that the best thing that you could possibly do is to give them what they want.
That's not an option.
Yeah, can you explain to me why? Because, like, she's dangerous. They make a cure for lycanthropy from her blood. So...
And they no longer have her.
Yeah, and so they're going to keep coming for her. For the rest of her life. You know that, don't you? But if you, she's weak and human. Come up behind her and a quick snap to the neck and it's all over. Are you not concerned with the betterment and the safety of all Garou, or do you just care about your own?
Can I increase my rage? Cool. Talia will say, as much as I love my people, they are Garou. They are warriors of Gaia, and they will have to fight for themselves. I can only be concerned about this sept.
Well, you see, they won't be Garou when they inject you all with their cure. Made from her blood.
You were invited
She
to fight
will-
with us. You intend to just cower it out now?
No, I just thought maybe you could save yourself the trouble.
She will look over at Elias. When you were at their facilities, did you see if they had stores of Felicitas blood?
I saw a great many deal of things. It's likely that they do.
Lorelei will speak up, and the first time her eyes will lift up to meet Claudia's, and she'll speak to the group. Yes, they have stores of her blood.
When we fight, because likely we will have to. It is likely they will use that against us.
Well, not if you put her in the front and threaten to kill her if they try. You see, you have the greatest weapon in your arsenal hiding somewhere in this cairn. String her up. Put a knife to her throat.
She is a child.
She is an abomination. She is the end of all Garou. Kill her slowly, or kill her quickly. Either way, that is her fate. She will spend the rest of her life hiding from this Ahroun and her ilk. You do not have to care about humans to see that.
Well,
You
that's simply
intend to-
not an option, so it's off the table. Okay? Can I increase my rage?
Yeah. I would never allow my people, my men, to speak up so. When I am elected to be a leader, it's for a reason.
Well, you're
You
not
should
the
ask
leader
yourself
here,
the
so
same.
shut the
I'm
fuck
not
up.
talking to you.
I don't care. I'm talking to you. I don't care. We struck a deal.
Watch how you speak to my wolves, Claudia. I will show you how I got the name Bulletproof.
I hope to see it in action. It is I who came to you with a bargain. It is I who brought thrice as many men as you have. If you want to take them on alone, we will gladly watch.
You came here to fight. You came here to join us. That is what you told me. That is what you will
memories
do.
run short. It's only been a few hours. I said me and my men would fight with you in exchange for something from your can, to which you agreed.
Yeah, what's up? Because I don't know.
None of your goddamn business. The deal has already been struck.
It is my goddamn business because I live here. These are also my people.
Lorelei.
Your people are out there. Daughter of Marcel Nightmist.
Don't you bring that name and she'll rise.
I will put a hand on Lorelei's shoulder.
I'm taking a walk. You don't want me here.
She doesn't stop her. She'll look to Elias. This is going to be a battle. I need you to get our strategist. We need to make better plans. That child is not an option. She will not be sacrificed.
Completely agree. Let's see if you can convince our guest to stop trying to run. I'll gather our warriors. No rights to go after Lorelei.
Warriors? I don't even know if you have enough to make up a baseball team. And she sort of kicks the bench out from underneath her. When the horn sounds, be ready. And she strides out.
I would like to activate Shrouded Aspect. Using Gift Master.
Do you want
in
to be
Omni
invisible?
form. I sure do.
Okay. Shrouded aspect costs. I don't have my book, so you'll have to tell me.
1 willpower.
What's the cost? 1 willpower. Spend a point of willpower, please. You gonna follow her out there?
You goddamn right I am.
So make a wits and wisdom.
Yeah. What's
I'll
an
make a general roll for them.
awareness? That's 8 successes on a crit.
Yeah, she doesn't see you at all. Not at all. You can watch her ass the whole time.
Ew.
But she does leave. And she sort of heads out into the crux of the men. And she continues onward. And she seems to circle around and continuing to circle around. She's sort of making a circle towards the back of her men. You're not entirely sure what it is that she's doing.
Understood.
And now, before we take our break, Markus and Timber, you run into Lorelei sort of angry pacing outside the Kasana. You see Claudia has left, and you see just Lorelei sort of muttering to herself, and you feel the rage rolling off of her.
I'd actually say that Lorelei, who looks like she's muttering to herself, she will actually, I had it in my head, she called on Oshi to have an ear to bitch out.
Yeah. You see Ushi sort of with her tail wrapped around Lorelei's neck and just sort of going like, that's right, let it all out. Say everything that you want to say that you can't say to her face.
Do you mean this bitch is gonna invoke my father's name and just a bunch of nonsense?
The whole time they've been walking, Timber's like grabbed Marcus's hand and is like, your claws are gone, and like tracing everywhere that there was scars.
I'm weaker than I was. I have to find him. I made him a promise.
You didn't promise him anything.
I promised him I would save him too. And I meant it. You saw his life the same way I did. Timber, when Reyna took us back through. He was just a boy. He was made into what he is. And I can bring him back. I know I can.
Timber's gonna put her hand on his face.
Your take on the world is fascinating. But that hero complex is something else. Why are you yelling at the cat?
Oh, fuck. Hi. Fuck. How are you doing, Timber?
Timber feels great. No longer chained.
Yeah. No, I'm just... I needed to take a walk. I was trying to back up Talia with speaking with that cunt, Claudia, but I was making everything worse.
Tried to warn you it was probably a bad idea.
Yeah,
Did you
well...
make plan or just a lot of yelling and nothing productive?
Well, she proposed a plan that is not worth bringing up. Not worth bringing up.
Timber is going to go speak to Bulletproof, and Timber's going to go in and find Talia.
We will get to that conversation in a moment. Before we take our break, Markus, you're out there with Lorelei, and Elias, you're coming back from watching Claudia, and from the woods and racing towards you is Felicitas. Again, Lorelei, it's weird to see her running. Of course, weird for you, Markus, to see her running, considering how she was. And she has a bunch of leaves in her hair, and she's still wearing her pajamas. They're covered in dirt and muck, and she's running up, and she runs right into your arms, Markus. And she's panting, and she looks very flushed. And she
What's
says,
wrong?
I climbed a tree.
Good. Have you seen Opa since today?
No. Was I supposed to?
Just keep hoping. That's all. I could just really use some of his wisdom, I think. You have to take this scale, Lisa. You must. Even if you stay here, you have to hold on to this. And you have to go to a place here, and you can tell no one. You can't tell me. You can't tell Talia. No one.
Doesn't look happy. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't take the scale immediately. She looks at you. She says, I think I remember you. You were there when I was in the stretcher. I don't think I ever heard your name.
No, there was a lot going on. I'm Lorelei.
She's your
Are you
cousin.
It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine. And I'll kind of brush hair out of her face.
I have so much family here. Father, please don't send me away.
You have to hide. For today.
We could think of it less as sending you away and more so just playing a game.
There's a chance that you're going to see your mother today.
Really?
Yes.
She'll want to take me back.
Do you want to go back?
No.
Yeah.
Then that is your choice.
I am cured. I don't need to go back. Make Mama stay here.
You were never sick, Fanny. You do know that, yeah. They lied to you.
She makes a strange smile and she takes the scale from your hand. And before your eyes, she disappears. Both of your eyes.
She loves her mother. grew up believing that everything wrong with her was an illness, when in fact it was just my blood.
Another lie.
Not in their eyes. They believe it. Lorelei, you've seen it. They
Yeah.
believe this. That we are wrong.
But they're
You
not.
heard the way even Crookpaw spoke about me before, that I was made wrong. People believe this shit. And
You?
children pay the price for it.
Yes. Which is why we have to speak our truth and walk the talk.
And yet is the shit that we believe in any different? That we believe that the Wyrm is the enemy and all things which come from it are filth. And you've seen it yourself, the way the others here treat Reyna.
That's, again,
It's all wrong.
what is your truth then, Markus? Speak it.
Don't know.
Well,
And the one spirit I thought I might find it through, I don't know where he's gone.
And that is where we are going to take our break. Into the Kasana, where Timber and Talia are alone for the moment. Talia, you've had an upsetting conversation with Claudia. You're feeling real bad about circumstances that have happened. Good about some of them, but bad about most of them. And Timber, who was formally changed just a bit ago, strides into the Kasana. What do you do, Timber? Do you grab any Landjäger? Do you grab a beer? What do you do?
Timber goes to just sit down and then remembers and goes to grab a beer, the banana juice, and a plate of food because Timber is starving actually. And starts shoving food into her mouth because that's what Timber does. The shiny lady is gone. What did you do?
What?
The shiny
Gone.
lady is gone. What did you do? Markus? The pup? She climbed a tree.
I made a deal.
That is obvious. What was deal? And was it with shiny lady? Or did you deal with something else?
I made a deal with Shiny Lady to keep this cairn, my family, and the pups safe and alive.
Words are very important when making deal. Were those the exact words you used? To keep cairn, family, pups safe and alive?
Yeah. I couldn't.
You think after all deals made, we would be better with wording, but here we are.
I couldn't have the same thing that happened when I was a child happen again. And maybe I should have thought it through better, but I couldn't do it again. I wouldn't.
So made a deal for something entirely new, is what Talia did. You gotta be real careful with your words. Real careful.
Hey, is this a voice that I've heard Timber do before?
The first one. The second one, no.
So, do you have plan? Because 50 get. Worthless. Numbers, good. Numbers are always good. Numbers could have taken out Cairn the first time this happened. But that did not happen.
I will.
Seems like you just yelled at each other. Lorelei yelling at Cat.
Well,
Where is Elias? Did Elias go to infiltrate the camp? Because that is good plan if he can keep hidden. But he is angry and talks so much.
I'd like to say I have faith in my Wyrm folk to do exactly that, but if he didn't, then that's a choice that he made. I told him to get ready for the fight that is coming.
Getting ready for fight. That means several things. So, you made deal with Get. What was that deal?
That Claudia can come into the cairn. They would ally with us against the mages that are on their way for something from the cairn.
Something.
Yes.
Something. Okay, something. What is the plan? Do you have one?
I've got the children out. The plan was to fight, but then Claudia has told us the type of devices that they have, and she'll sort of shift the maps around so that Timber can see all of the things that are possibly on the way.
Timber has seen Markus. Timber has seen Shiny Lady gone. What has else happened with Deal? It changes the layout.
I tried to hit my brother, and he pissed me off, and I didn't quite make it. So,
Which means... What does that mean? More words.
you're always complaining about words, Timber. I figured you'd like it if I kept it short and sweet, but I tried to hit him, and I
stuck in
couldn't.
cabin, and then Timber was stuck as wolf. The last thing Timber remembers is telling Markus she wouldn't leave him again.
From this point on, Talia gives the rundown of everything that has happened as far as she's known it, from the moment that she got into contact with Markus and everyone telling them to come back to the cairn because Claudia and the Get were outside. She describes, the fact that Markus is all healed, that Tiara was able to give birth despite the 19 hours of labor and is fully ready to go and fight. Just gives every possible detail of what has happened since, so that Timber is made aware.
Unfortunately, Timber, before you can ask any more follow-up questions to this, all of you begin to hear, and Ellie, especially you, since you're sort of close to the encampment, you hear all of the Get or Cult of Fenris start whooping and hollering and howling and making a lot of noise and banging around. All of you can hear it. It's so loud enough that Cascada wakes up, Yasmin comes out, Crookpaw comes out, Tiara has made it back from the woods. Do you know that someone is coming?
Are on their way.
Cairn is safe. Family is safe. Deal with mages on mage terms.
Yes, they want Pup. Claudia wanted me to snap her neck or use her as ransom.
Not option.
No.
Nothing happened to family. Family, Cairn, safe.
And alive.
And alive! What does Shiny Lady mean by alive?
I didn't ask.
You should have.
Should've, would've, could've.
So
There's a lot
split
going
up
on.
family between packs.
Okay. Do you think Markus will listen?
Marcus has own ideas of what the fight looked like.
Leave the Caserna because of all this noise all of you have gathered here. Starting with Markus, where do you think everyone's going to be standing? Inside or outside of the cairn? Specifically.
Markus goes outside of the cairn.
You're outside of the cairn with the cult. Okay. Timber.
The cairn's safe. The Get doesn't get this cairn, it's mine.
So inside the cairn. Lorelei.
Inside. Fuck those people. Fuck the Get.
Mm-hmm. Fuck the Get. Elias.
I think he would have stepped outside once the hooting and hollering started.
All right. So out there with Markus. Talia.
I shoot myself in the face. No. She is going to be.
Really want to show
you
us that
can't.
bulletproof thing, huh?
Can't really, but
You actually can.
Right.
Not as long as you're sitting in the cairn, you can't.
She is going
Gotta
to
go out there and do
stay. She's going to stay inside the cairn, but she's going to be like right on that border. And she is
Okay.
going to call Falca to her, and have
No issue.
Falca with her.
On your shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. For reference, Elias and Markus. Crookpaw joins you on the exterior of the cairn, as does Tiara. Crookpaw sort of thwaps you on the shoulder, Elias, and he says, "Today we die, Wormfoe. Very exciting."
I'm gonna take a lot with me. How many think you got?
Oh, it depends on how many of the techno wizards come. But if you're talking about these cult, I take 25, you take 25. That makes 50.
Let's do it. I'll hold you
You're
to it.
getting slow, old wolf. Are you sure you can handle 25?
I will die trying. You are looking better, Markus.
I think that's the only kind words you've ever given me, and in the hour of my death, I think I will accept them with no further comment.
Sounds good. You could have just said thanks. You have to say more than just thanks, but you know.
It's not
That's
my
your
fault
way.
you're simple, Crookpaw.
He sort of like does this really big belly laugh. Tiara comes over to you, Markus, and she walks sort of her face is in front of you, and you're about the same height, and she kisses your forehead.
You look well.
I feel well enough to die today.
You look like Mama.
So do you.
I had a dream about Jorgen the other night.
And?
I think he would have loved being an uncle to your children. So I'll have to love it for the both of us. So unfortunately, for you old slowing down Garu, one of us is going to have to survive.
I think Lorelei would make an excellent godmother.
You probably should have told her that before we were getting ready to die then.
She's smart. Figure it out.
Yet another reason I'll have to survive, carrying on the old family business, you know, the burdens that have been saddled on me since childhood, yada yada yada.
Tiara looks at you very sincerely. Do not be afraid to die, Markus.
I've never been afraid to die a day in my life.
Good.
Do not be afraid
Smiles
to
and she holds your-
live, Tiara.
I fear only not keeping up with you in the battle.
Well, you're slow.
I'm out of practice.
Yeah. And ever since Jorgen and Leah were born, you have a slight limp to your left leg. So, favor your
And
right.
She twirls? She twirls? Not anymore.
Maybe you won't struggle keeping up with me that hard then. I am going to kill Shukra today for what she did to me.
I do hope I live to see it.
Well, then fight harder. They killed your husband, these people.
I was told.
He tried in the end to be a good man. You should know.
That's when all of you hear the rumble coming down this gravel, dirt, back road. It's about 3 strange looking tanks. I mean, they look sort of like military tanks, kind of. But as they approach and as they get closer, they don't look quite right. They look a little bit more advanced and they're a little bit shiny for tanks. They pull up, literally roll up onto the cairn. They stop just at this sort of human barricade that's been made, or Garu barricade that's been made. The tank doesn't open as you would expect, sort of a circular door. Instead, it opens up almost like a transformer. People rise up out of it from each of the tanks. 6 people on each tank. And in the center is Bettina. Now, Elias does not know Bettina, but it is a blonde woman with a suit, pantsuit, a beige pantsuit. And she looks very mousy almost, very like someone you would expect who works in finance or accounting, not someone who would be rolling up on a fucking tank. But here she is. Now, this doesn't seem like something that you all could not handle. You have 50 Garu out in the front. You have 13 Garu in the back here. And there's 6 people on the tank. But no one makes a move. No one, not yet. And can I get a wits and awareness from the 4 people? 2 of them are me, so I'm not going to roll. From the 4 people who are outside the cairn.
Claudia gave all the schematics. Are all the schematics in front of us? Like all the machinery, does it look like they're all in front of us, the details that we were given? Because otherwise Timber is going to start going and doing like the perimeter.
As far as you can tell, these are the tanks. You don't see any of the other equipment that Claudia described. But wits and technology roll, Timber.
Okay.
I have a question for you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Falca is a falcon, but would they be able to see Felicitas despite them having that scale?
You're not sure. There's no way you would know.
Okay. Then I'm going to essentially like whisper over to Falca and send them to protect Felicitas. Because I know she didn't
Falca
leave
does.
with the other children.
No. Falco does fly off. 4 successes, Timber. The schematic that you have of a tank does not match what you're looking at.
Timber starts pulling off of her skin and starts to walk around like that calm, like, oh, I'm going this way, as I rip my skin off to go into Krynos form, because
that is
they said,
a rage check?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not.
Tell me what it is, because I don't have my book!
Yeah, sacrifice health instead of rage to changed form.
Okay. So two superficial.
Yep. And I'm gonna go look for the things that said they were getting in the bedrock.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. That's what I would do.
Turn to Krynos. Remember, reminder, if you don't kill anything in Krynos, you have to keep spending willpower every turn you don't kill something, and then till you turn frenzy.
Yep.
Unless you leave Krynos. Okay. So, Markus and Elias, your rolls, please.
Teeth.
5.
Teeth. Excuse me? Elias, say it again.
5 successes.
5 successes. Elias, you can see something shimmering around these tanks. Something is hidden. Something is there, but you can't see what it is. Markus, with 2 teeth, I would like for you to describe to me your reaction to seeing Bettina. How violent would you like to be? Would you like to kick this whole thing off and move right to the end game, as opposed to any diplomacy?
Marcus's manifestation of rage in this moment is directed more inward. I think he goes to press forward, but then we'll go to Glabro, and those short claws in Glabro will begin to dig into his own palms, and he will start to harm himself.
Okay, you can take a point of superficial damage. Elias, also with that 5, you see that Claudia is not here.
Noted. Can I increase my rage?
Yeah. Timber, you're off searching. You can make a wits investigation. Lorelei, Talia, Elias, Markus, everyone who is present, werewolves, you can all hear what is going on. Bettina, she pulls out a loudspeaker. One with a clip-on mic that she begins speaking into. And she says, "We are not here for violence. Although you have bestowed violence upon us, we are here for what was taken, for equal exchange."
What was taken never belonged to you to begin with.
It was born from my body, and therefore was mine. Can I get a wits and insight from everyone, please?
It doesn't matter that I got a crit with 5 because the other 2 rage dice are teeth.
Okay. So what you are seeing, the only thing that you come across is you get the sense that someone is nearby, up in a tree. You're fairly certain it is Marcus's daughter. You don't see anything else.
Okay.
So she's privy to what's going on.
Uh-huh.
She's listening.
Yep.
3 successes.
4, 3, 5.
6.
Elias, God, with the really insightful today. Only you are aware that this woman, whoever she is, now you don't know who she is, but she's just claimed to be Felicitas's mother. So therefore, this is the woman that Markus, got down and dirty with when he was 17. She looks terrified. She doesn't look like everybody else standing on these tanks. She looks terrified. And again, she speaks. "We offer an equal exchange for what was taken. Will you parley with us, or must it come to violence?"
Will you return the years of your life that you stole from the child? Can you?
Hello, Markus.
You have stolen something that cannot be returned.
We can return something else. And from the back of the tank, something extends and raises upwards. And inside of a hollow-looking tube is Finley. His eyes are open. He is strapped into this tube. But he is alive.
Is he changed anyway? Is there like...
Can't really see from here. You have to go into the tube. Or onto the tank. One of your men. Fallen. And yet not. She hesitates as she says.
Talia's eyes go wide. And I think with the conversation she just had with Timber, it all cascades onto her. and she realizes the extent of her deal.
I guess we'll turn to Talia. Let me speak to Betty. Let me parley with her.
Yeah. Parlay with her. Find out what you can. But then they're all dead.
Oh, we are.
Marcus. She is terrified. She doesn't want to be here. Measure yourself.
Kimber, either you must leave Krenos or spend me a point of willpower to stay in it. Either way, I need a point of willpower from you. Marcus, you want to parlay with Bettina. What do you say?
How close will she let me get?
I guess you can push the limit.
If she lets him start climbing up on the tank to talk to her, he will.
As you start approaching the tank, Bettina and two men crawl off of the tank and stand next to her. They both are strapped with those weird guns that you saw at Wade Enterprises. She looks at you and she says, "We are taking it on faith that we will not be harmed."
You shouldn't. I can only control myself.
Lead the way.
Oh, I think we can do this here.
Wits inside.
Critical 5.
Her eyes are pleading with you to remove her away from the rest of the technocrats.
Very well. There's a visitor center over here. We can step inside.
You walk in. Soon as you do, pulls something out of her front pocket, and she sprays it in the face of one of the men, and puts her hand over his mouth, and she, with a gargle, and Elias and who else was out there? Crook Pontier was out there. Elias, you can have followed Marcus as well. With a sort of very low grumble, she says, "Kill them!"
Marcus will raise his hand
and
and
Elias
shoot.
says you as well as you walk in. Yeah.
Marcus will raise his hand and shoot his wasp talons.
Okay, that is...
I am in Glabro. It's a Dex and Glory.
Yeah, what was the cost? Anything?
There is none. It's 2 levels of superficial damage. And I can't use my claws until I heal them back.
Dex and Glory. Elias, you see Marcus killing this guy. You see Bettina also contributing to at least incapacitating this person. She sprays something in his face that sort of forces his eyes to almost become like an ice shield over his eyes. What do you do?
I'm symbol that I'm gonna go break his neck.
Perfect. Strength and roll.
8 successes.
8 successes, yeah. Catch him completely off guard and unawares. Shoot your wasp talons into his face and into his groin. Hit the carotid and femoral arteries. Begins to bleed out.
8 successes on a crit.
Yeah. Bettina incapacitates him, basically using some sort of weird mace, some sort of ice mace. You come up and you snap his neck. Talia, Timber, and Lorelei, if you'd like to be part of this, you can as well.
Can I make a rage check to heal my claws?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Do as a
absolutely.
rage.
Would like to be a part of it.
Okay, Talia, you enter in after the aftermath of this. Lorelei,
Yes. Follow it after Talia.
you enter in after the aftermath. Timber.
Yeah, if it starts to kick off before I get anywhere, it's gonna be turning around and being like, "Let's kill them."
Yeah, you're not. You sort of are a little bit late getting in because they were ahead of you outside of the cairn. But you get in and you see that Elias and Marcus has murdered this person, and Bettina doesn't seem upset about it.
Yeah. So I'll help murder, but I'm also watching the get. Who I've done. nothing.
To your shock and surprise, Marcus, Bettina throws her arms around you and hugs you.
He will physically move her hard enough that it might throw her down.
Sure.
You lost your right to put hands on me when you did what you did to our child. I know there's something implanted in your brain. I don't fucking care. Die first.
Something happened. The neural implant malfunctioned or failed. I'm not sure what.
Yeah,
I finally have my free will again.
Great.
Why would I do this? Why would I ask for you to kill them?
I don't care.
Talia will step forward and sort of put herself a little bit like next to Marcus, not quite in front of him, but next to him, and is looking at Bettina. What are you doing here?
I woke up this morning and I had my free will back for the first time in 15 years. But they can't know that. Ahroun can't know that. What she will do to me. I came here because she wants her back. But I don't want you to give her back. In fact, I want you to kill everyone out there. Burn their bodies and say I'm amongst them. And I will slip away with my daughter. You'll never see us again.
You don't get to have
She
her.
will be under no harm. I can't stay here in Berlin. And neither can she. Ahroun will never stop looking for her, ever.
She's not what
And
she
Ahroun has a lot of time.
She's no longer a viable test subject. I doubt she'll want her.
Whatever fixed
What
your
do you mean
implant,
by
she
that?
can walk. She's healed.
with her being healed.
What has done this?
Magic.
Don't be coy, Marcus. I know magic. Magic cannot do this.
You know your magic. This is something different.
The point is, what she once was, she is no longer. She is now one of us. She cannot leave with you.
She's a werewolf.
No.
Not yet.
She's received the curse mark.
Where's yours, Marcus?
On her, I imagine.
You keep saying things and don't know.
I
I
have
know
yet
he
to
is.
ask Shukra, who I hear you've been working with, Betty.
I know this is going to be hard for you, and I understand your anger. I am angry that Ahroun took away my free will and my daughter. I was not working with anyone. I did not do any of this. She controls all of those men out there, and she controlled me.
Then she knows they're dead, and that this whole parlay is a farce. Then
Not quite. Can't be everywhere all at once, no matter how powerful she thinks she is. But she will know eventually, which is why I need to leave with her.
Lisa wants to stay with me.
This is all a moot point. At least for the time being, the point of this is right now we should be parlaying.
We should.
You
be
need to
using
tell
this
us what
opportunity to-
armaments. You need to tell us what armaments are out there. You need to tell us what we're dealing with. Because when we step outside, whether you get your daughter back or not, it doesn't mean a damn thing what we agree to if they kill us.
April will never stop coming for you.
What is outside?
Ever. Well, guns filled with the cure, short-range missiles, things to destroy bedrock and create sinkholes. And the werewolves are inside the left side tank.
These guns here, they have the cure?
Yes.
Markus will pick a gun up and he will put it in Lorelei's hand. Get revenge on Claudia. No one gets to speak to you that way.
Kind of wave it a little and tuck it in her waistband. In the back.
She's not out there with her gat.
No,
She's
but we'll
someone
find
you
her.
can.
She's looking for Ilva.
Somebody should be on top of that then.
You have legs.
And a gun.
Yes, I was about to offer to do it. She looks at Timber like being a little aggro right now. And will nod to everyone and head out.
We have to get Finley out.
Do we?
He can
That was
fight.
a joke. I'm sorry.
Markus, please.
He
I'm gonna
died,
deal-
and you brought him back from the dead. So
Debate
you
it
go get-
later. Debate it later. I'm going to go deal with the left side tank. And I'm
We
gonna
are
activate
going to
Shadow
go
Dust.
deal with the left side tank.
Mark, that's the tank that she indicated that Shukra was in.
Yes.
For reference.
I am going to kill Shukra today. And if I can get her to remove the curse mark from Feli, I will.
I'm going to go get the get involved.
And Timber's going to follow up behind Elias.
So is the plan to just come out swinging? What's the plan? We'll ask the Wyrmfoe, since you left first.
I'm going Chartered Aspect. I'm sneaking out of that tank. I'm Assassin's
You're
Creed
sneaking.
this
All
shit,
right,
dog.
that's a point of willpower. Talia, what's the call?
So, just very quickly, give to me. There's the tanks. There's apparently something shimmering behind that. There's werewolves. There's guns. How many people are there out there that are the
6
techno mages? 6. Okay.
that you can see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fuck it. Right before I do this, I will stop Markus. Don't say anything. But I grab him by the back of the head and I put my forehead to his forehead. And she just whispers, "I'm sorry." And then she is going to leave and shift into Krynos.
That is 2 rage checks. Talia? Markus, what do you do?
Markus is going to approach the tank on the left.
Mhm.
And he will call out for Shukra.
Okay. Timber.
Timber's going amongst the get, referencing the tank on the left.
That they want to cure you. They want to take you away from Fenris. They want to make you human.
And I'm going around, and I'm gonna use Crow's laughter to instigate them.
Yes. Please do. Please roll whatever that takes, because I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember any of the gifts or what they take.
Huddy's
it's
fun has never been
composure.
harder than Dark Timber. Everyone needs to
I
know.
love Dark Timber.
Yeah, they want to make you
Lorelei,
human.
your roll.
5 successes.
They have to roll
You see
composure and
Claudia.
insight.
They need a composure inside. Okay. You see Claudia running fast. She's in her Glabro form. She's carrying something.
I will enter Glabro and chase after her.
This is gross.
Alright, so you shifting takes the scene. Are you still in your Hamid form? So you might lose her.
Oh, in that
Might
case, I'll
wanna
just
shoot
race
her.
after her. Get closer, try to... Because I have nothing in firearms.
Yeah, she's gonna be faster than you. So I think the only thing that you... Yeah, okay, so you can try and chase after her, and that's gonna be a stamina and athletics roll, or you can try and shoot her, and that's going to be a composure and firearms roll. Those are your only two options.
Yeah, okay. I'll try to shoot at her.
Alright, composure and firearms. Elias, you're shrouded aspecting yourself. What are you doing?
I am shrouded aspect. I'm gonna sneak onto the tank and try to find an opening.
The tanks are all open.
Oh, fucking perfect. I'm gonna get in there and find the main operator, the driver, essentially, and break his fucking neck.
Alright, strength and brawl. So you get in the middle tank. Talia, you're in Krenos form. The rest of the Get see that you're in Krenos form, and with Timber's Crow's Laughter, they're all starting to shift into Krenos, and the tech mages are getting real fucking nervous. What are you doing?
They're in front of Finley's tube, yeah?
Uh-huh.
So here's my intent. My intent is to use essentially the bodies of the Get to act as a shield for me as I make my way towards Finley's tube to get him out of the tube.
Okay. So let's do composure and stealth, which you have a -2 dice to because you're in Krenos form. Markus, you come to the left side tank, and you say "Shukra," and those people raise their guns at you and they fire at you. But this cure doesn't affect you. They look pretty perturbed by it.
Shoot my claws at the ones who shot at me.
Okay. Dex and Glory again. Lorelei, your roll.
It is 3 successes on 3 dice.
That's great. You miss.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah.
I got 4 on a crit, but with the -2 that turns into a 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you actually remove 2 dice from the pool that you roll.
Okay. Well.
So you're not being surreptitious. So Dex Athletics to see if you get shot by the cure. Elias, you snap successfully the neck of this man. You said you rolled how many successes?
5.
5. You snap, but it's not nice and clean like it was a few minutes ago with the guy inside. And the people above you do notice, and they turn down to shoot you. You need to make me a strength and brawl if you can see if you can get them off, knock them off of the tank 2 at a time, or you're going to get shot with the cure.
Understood. Oh, fuck me. Okay, never mind. I have no questions. Never the questions. I'm gonna do this. I got this.
Timber. I gotta come back to you. Timber.
Timber's fought. Timber inside of the Get. Now it's Lorelei was by herself, right? I'm gonna go run. And try and help out Lorelei because Lorelei hasn't been back yet.
Okay. We'll get right back to that. Markus, your roll, please. Dexterity, Dex, and
Teeth.
Glory. Teeth. Yeah. So you shoot off your talons, and you kill one guy, and then you leap on top of the tank, and you're in which form?
Glabro at the moment.
Glabro. And you leap on top of this other man, and in not even your Krenos form, you just, with your nailless fingers, just begin wailing down on him, beating him about the face and body, right up to the point where your fist goes through his face, and you feel all those delicious bones crunching. You look down into the tank. Looks way bigger on the inside than it should be. Maybe that's what that shimmering was about. And you see, looking back at you with golden eyes, is Shukra.
It's time we finished this. Shukra.
Is that so? You are cured, apparently. I sense no bane inside your body.
And yet you are here. And I
The kill-
and Gorgon demand vengeance.
Who would deny Gorgon her justice?
You will try.
She crawls out of the tank. Timber, you catch up with Lorelei.
Did you find Get Bitch?
Lorelei, after missing, would have taken off after her. Would have continued chasing after her because I had an idea.
Yes.
It's an idea.
Yes.
I was gonna try to get close enough. I'll roll the stamina athletics, and then I was gonna use Talisman of Wind to knock her on her ass.
Give me your stamina and athletics.
Could I also have switch to Glabro? I can make my rage check.
Yes. Elias,
The
your roll,
basic
please.
is it's helping Lorelei. I keep my rage.
That was 6 successes. I'm also
Okay.
impaired in willpower, by the way.
Oh no. Okay. Well, 6 successes. You knock one, the other one you sort of knock out of the way. But an errant dart goes off, hits you in the side of the cheek. You are in what form?
I'm in Hamid.
You're in Hamid. Your shrouded aspect, anything that you were using, goes away. And you feel disconnected to your spiritual gifts.
Without, do I see the individual that shot me?
Yeah, you sort of knocked him like off balance, but not off the tank like the other guy.
Okay. I would just, as a note, like to look at him and say, "Do you think I need to be a wolf to kill you?" And I'm gonna rush him.
Rush him. Strength and athletics. Talia, your roll.
8.
And remind me, you were attacking which one?
I was
Tank with Finley on it?
yes, I was headed towards Finley.
Okay. And you are in what? You're in Krynos form.
I'm in Krynos.
So that's pretty scary. With 8 successes, yeah, you just start tearing into these guys on top of the tank. You got out of the way they didn't hit you with any darts, and you just start tearing at them, going at them. I'll take a minute. Markus. Shukra has stepped out. She stands there as the Gat have also now started to... They finished their shifting. They've all started to swarm onto these tanks. It's turning into a bloodbath out here. You see Elias on the ground chasing after some guy. You don't see Timber. You don't see Lorelei. You see Talia going nuts. You see Crookpaw and Tiara joining in the fray. This shimmering... The inside of these tanks, there are more technocrats. Like I said, the tanks are actually bigger on the inside, and you watch like several Get just run inside of these tanks like a clown car. But Shukra doesn't notice or doesn't care, and she stands out there in the midst of this chaos, and she says, "Is this an honorable duel, Markus Nebelstreif Sweets?"
In the bond that you shared with the Council of the Cairn of Grunewald, this is...
No judges, no one to make the determinations of the combat?
Death is the judge.
As you wish. Do say hello to my children for me.
How do you remove it? The mark?
You don't have a mark. Not anymore.
No, but if I did, how would I remove it? You owe this to me, Shukra. I am giving you an honorable death.
I'm afraid. The mark, as you call it, is a secret of Chimera. And you cannot remove it. But I can.
And if I choose to spare you, you will remove it from someone.
I do not recall placing the mark on anyone.
I think you don't fully understand how it works. When the mark was broken, it passed to my daughter.
How interesting. I suppose that is what gave her immunity to lycanthropy and to the cure that we so hold our hopes and faith in.
If I would have just been able to turn Shukra, this would have never happened. Your vision, you put all of this in motion. And then you ran into the Umbra with your stargazers.
That's a nice story, Markus. I don't have time for stories. I am no Galliard. I am a Theurge. And if you want me to remove a mark from someone, present them.
I will have satisfaction first. And I would like to activate Raging Strike and punch her in the face.
Sure, that's a rage check, I believe, and a strength and brawl. Lorelei.
Rage check.
Well, it could go either way. 3 with 2 teeth.
3 with 2 teeth. Yeah, you chase off after her, but you're not going to have the capacity of mind to use the talisman. You're going to keep racing, keep running after her, and she's not slowing down either. So you're keeping pace with her, but you don't really have time to stop and use the talisman. One more, strength and athletics. Timber, I need now stamina and athletics. Timber, I need you to make that one too if you want to keep up with her. I can't hear you.
Dark Timber's plan is to tackle her.
Tackle Claudia?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
if I can keep up with her and jump her.
Yeah, you haven't caught up to her stamina and athletics. Elias, your roll to beat a man to death.
That was 7 successes on a crit.
Yeah. So you sort of,
if I might-
groin to chest.
I don't want to kill him myself. I'd like to just keep him alive. I'd like to beat him and just shout in his face, "You will never take the wool from me," and I will fishhook his lips and send him off to whatever. Let's see if he lives.
Toss him in the crowd.
Okay, you're definitely going to beat him into unconsciousness at the very least.
I'm cool with that.
Mages are squishy. Really squishy. Ask Avery. Talia, you've successfully killed every person who was on top of this tank, but the people but the Get are now inside the tank killing more people apparently, and you stick your head down to this tank and it's almost like a boiler room down there, like a boiler room in a ship. It's huge. It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. They're bringing whole rooms full of people in there, but the Get are racing through there, having the time of their lives, I'm sure. You also see Crookpaw down in there. So you can get Finley out of this tube, and he's awake, but he's not like beating against the tube or anything like that.
Okay. Do I see anything attached to him while he's in this tube?
He seems to be strapped in.
Okay. She will just use her claws to rake down the side of the strap so that they release him. And she'll essentially catch him and can in Krynos I can still speak in the Garu tongue, correct?
You can be like, "Hi, me, Talia."
Crazy. I think she just kind of like shakes him of like, are you fucking awake? Are you actually here? So she just kind of shakes him.
He seems like he's all drugged up, but he seems to be alive.
Okay. She's gonna haul him onto her fucking shoulder, and when she kind of stands up, she's gonna look. Does she still see like mages and people to kill?
Yeah, down inside of these tanks.
Cool. Amazing. Crookpaw and the Get have that. She's going to hop down, and she is going to race towards the cairn itself and drop Finley within the cairn. and turn back around. What am I seeing?
You're seeing Markus and Shukra having a confrontation, and Markus is going to punch Shukra in the face, and you see fighting going on inside of these tanks.
Okay.
Ooh, you went into the cairn?
I dropped him, like, if I'm standing right outside the cairn, I dropped him inside of it.
Bettina's in there, and she's screaming for Felicitas.
God damn it, bitch. Shut your mouth. Here's the thing. Do I see Falca, because I sent Falca to Felicitas. Do I see Falca fucking hovering?
Falca's sitting in a tree, high up in a tree.
Oh my god. Hey, gang. So the last time somebody fucking turned into Krynos in front of an unturned Garu, they turned into a Garu. Do I see any shit going on in that tree?
No.
Okay, small blessings. I'll deal with the rest later. I'm gonna look back at the shit in front of me, and I'm going to end up essentially behind Markus for support. I'm letting him have this, but if shit gets a little spicy, I'm jumping in.
Okay.
If I can,
So, does shit get...
keep mages away from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anyone tries
Sure.
to rush forward, that's what I'll do.
Does shit get spicy, Markus?
Yeah, I rolled teeth again.
Yeah. So you don't just hit Shukra, you begin wailing on her. You beat her several times in the face. And her prompting to that is to shift to Krynos.
Tracks.
However, she does not fight back. Instead, she runs. Not towards the cairn. Out into Potsdam.
Can I catch her before she does that?
Try.
Okay. What do I roll?
Wits and athletics. What about you, Markus?
If I want to be strong enough to drag her back here, I better be in Krynos, so...
Lorelei.
6 on a crit.
You can keep up with her.
I spent a willpower to crit fish, and I got 8 on a crit.
I also got 8 on
You try and
crit.
tackle. Okay, so you try and tackle Claudia. As you try and tackle Claudia, something catches your eye, Timber. You sort of leap forward past Lorelei, and you see something you don't think you should see. You see a boar in the woods. And the Timber who's inside of you, the one you're trying to keep suppressed, stops you dead in your tracks. And you eat dirt. But we'll get back to that. 8 successes.
Yeah.
Grab onto Shukra. You hold her in place. You're Krynos, she's Krynos. Markus, are you doing?
Well, I made my 2 rage checks to go Krynos, and they were both teeth, so that means I lose rage, right?
Mm-hmm. You
Okay.
lose 2 points of rage.
So I'm down to 1. But if Talia has Shukra wrapped up, then Markus will pick her legs up and start dragging both of them back towards the cairn.
Elias, you're taking your unconscious person back into the cairn. You are not Garu at the moment, so you have to be careful in that sense. See if Elva can brew up another cure if she was here. Lorelei, you see Boar as well. Timber, can I have a willpower roll from you, please?
I have 2 willpower left.
Mm-hmm.
There's no successes.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. Boar looks at you, Lorelei, and says, Something real bad has happened, kid.
What are you talking about? And she's like trying to look for Claudia, but her eyes are keep getting drawn to Boar.
Something brought back Sweets and Maggie. I almost we're back where we were in Grunewald. They gave themselves up to me again, but something has happened. The world has shifted, and even though it's small, and even though it's just here, it ripples. And he looks at you, Timber. It ripples everywhere. You have to clean house, Lorelei, and it's closer than you think. I'll be in touch.
When he said it's closer than you think, was he looking at Timber?
Yes.
Lorelei will turn her body towards Timber and say, something's not right with you since you woke up.
I'm doing just fine.
You have me alone. You want to do this now? Or are you going to wait for the perfect opportunity?
What would I have reason to do with you?
Oh, I don't know. What does a Bane want to do to a Theurge?
Would have been useful. This is better, though. She's getting away.
Yes, Lorelei, and that's when you realize Claudia has gotten away. And she's taken her prize out of the cairn.
What are you going to do then? Bide your time? You expect me to keep quiet about this?
If I was gonna do something, don't you think I would have done it?
Don't pretend you're so simple as that.
Where's the pup?
How should I know?
Well, I found her. Someone else might have.
Lead the way.
Dark Litany is gonna wander that way.
The war rages outside the cairn, and you all gather inside of it with the various things that you have. Bettina screaming for her daughter. Falca staying up in the tree where Felicitas is. You do a head count. Besides the comatose pine cones, the only person who is not present is Ilva. And unfortunately, that is where we are going to have to end.